Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Lau, and I'm the head of product at Vico. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm really excited to give you a first exclusive look at something that we believe will help Amazon sellers scale their business, especially when it comes to multi-channel selling. This isn't just a new feature preview. It's a dialogue and a conversation about one of the biggest e-commerce blockers for multi-channel sellers and how we plan to resolve it. We're going to cover a few topics today. First, we'll discuss what the opportunity is with multi-channel selling. And then we'll talk about what's stopping sellers from expanding and taking advantage of that today. I'll give you a first preview into our one-click listing tool. And then we'll talk about what this means for you as sellers. And finally, we'll leave room at the end for questions and answers. Let's start with the opportunity. You already know that expanding to another sales channel is a lucrative opportunity. Brands that sell on 2 or more sales channels generate up to 190% more revenue on average than brands that only sell on one single channel. That's almost double the sales potential. So we're not just talking about a small micro improvement. This is something you can do to make a step change in your business. And here's the exciting part. Your costs typically don't scale up at the same rate as your sales. Your warehouse operations, your fulfillment, your team, you already have all of those things in place. So every sale you make on a new sales channel is almost pure margin. And that's why, for many of you, expanding to another sales channel is one of the highest ROI activities a seller can make. So if the opportunity is so huge, why doesn't everyone take advantage of it? And the short answer is, it's pretty hard. The opportunity is huge, but the execution can get messy. Every sales channel you introduce brings new data, new formatting, and more complexity. So while sellers want to scale, they also need to protect their brand, their customer experience, and their limited time. So the challenge isn't whether to expand to another sales channel. You already want to do that. The challenge is how to make it feasible without creating a mountain of manual work for you and your team. And the truth is, most sellers are already selling on multiple sales channels. In fact, 96% of you already have one or more products listed outside of Amazon. That shows the appetite's already there. But here's the catch. 65% of those listings are done manually. Think about it. 2 out of every 3 sellers are copying and pasting data manually, one by one, across every sales channel, over and over again. It's time-consuming, and not to mention error-prone. And most importantly, you're limited by the number of available hours you have in a day. We've heard this frustration loud and clear from sellers. For many of you, the sheer time investment simply isn't worth the commitment. Many of you tell us that you spend 1 or 2 full days a week on listings, and some of you even hired a full-time staff on your team to manage this workload. So why is listing so time-consuming, and what are sellers doing to handle that? Most sellers start by creating their listings on Amazon, and that's exactly what we recommend. Amazon makes it really easy to create listings, especially with new generative AI capabilities that help you create rich titles, descriptions, and keywords with only a few entries. And that means you can build a high-volume catalog with very little work. And so for many of you, Amazon is your central source of truth catalog. Now, the challenge becomes when you want to take that central source of truth in Amazon and expand to additional sales channels, all of which have different requirements, and over time, these requirements are becoming more complex. Walmart, as an example, requires dozens of additional data attributes for buyer visibility. eBay is increasingly asking for more data, and even Shopify, where some of these listings had low requirements previously, has increased in complexity with the arrival of AI applications and third parties. So in short, Even though Amazon makes it really easy to create great listings, every additional sales channel adds friction, new data, and more complexity for you. When we ask sellers what would make the biggest change to their listings experience, 3 themes come up over and over again. First, fix errors faster. Right now, errors mean downtime. When your product isn't discoverable, customers can't buy it. So every moment that your listing isn't available to customers is costing you sales. Sellers want errors to be flagged quickly, with clear instructions on how to fix them, ideally in just a few clicks. The less time you're spending digging around your catalog trying to fix errors, the more time your products are in front of customers. Second, AI support. Creating optimized titles, descriptions, keywords for every single listing, for every sales channel is tedious work. Sellers want smart tools that help them overcome this high operational burden, while at the same time fine-tuning every listing for every sales channel for the most optimal revenue. And third, you simply want to do less manual effort. Very often, listing feels like rework, repeating the same data entry over and over again across sales channels. Sellers want tools to simplify this process so they can spend less time clicking and more time actually growing their business, whether that's launching new products, expanding to new geographies, or running a new promotion campaign. Now, some of you have tried third-party listing tools, but for many of you, they're too complex, too expensive, or often both. Many of you have said, not one tool saved me time or clicks. Third-party listings tools can absolutely work, and many sellers do use them successfully. But for many of you, what we've heard in our research is that because the cost is so high, they're not getting the return on investment. 25% of you say third-party listing systems are too expensive. And on average, they cost, as a baseline, $12,000 a year in subscription price. And oftentimes, that's just the baseline, because some tools charge a percentage of your sales as their commission, and that number could be as high as 4%. So the high cost simply doesn't justify the time savings that sellers expect. And for some sellers, after they've tried these listing tools, we've heard that they still find it simply safer and faster to going back and copying and pasting data manually. And while that might work for them, it's not scalable. They're simply in survival mode. Today, I'm thrilled to give you a first exclusive preview into something we've been working on behind the scenes, Vico's one-click listing tool. Launching at the end of 2025, you'll be able to sync your Amazon catalog into Vico with just one click, and then launch to multiple new sales channels with just a few other clicks. Let's take a look. Let me show you exactly how in detail this works. We start by connecting your Amazon store into Vico. In just one click, we connect your full catalog, all of your SKUs and all of your variants, into one place so it's all visible. What this means is that you're not exporting spreadsheets, importing them onto Vico, and then worrying about mismatched data. Your product section in Vico is populated instantly and is updated whenever you make a change on your channel. From there, you can connect other sales channels. In our first launch, we're supporting eBay, Shopify, and Walmart, but it works the same for all the new sales channels we'll support in 2026. This step just takes a few clicks, and now your catalog is ready to sell across multiple sales channels from one central hub. On the products page, you can see at a glance which items are listed where and where they aren't listed. This isn't just a view. You can filter for unlisted products to instantly find gaps in your selection, so you know exactly where the revenue opportunities are coming from. To list a product to a new sales channel, just select Actions and click Create New Listings. There's no complex setup wizard required. It's designed to be as light touch as possible so you can get listing faster. If you're selling a product with multiple sizes, colors, or variations, you can decide exactly which variants to list where. For example, you might only want to select a few variations and list them to Walmart as a test. That's as easy as checking a few boxes. You stay in control without having to duplicate listings or manage separate product records. Next, choose the channels that you want to list on. 1, 2, or all of them. You decide. There's no need to repeat the same process over and over again. It's one selection and one workflow. Every channel has its own tab, and each tab has a progress bar showing you how close you are ready to being published. We automatically fill as much of the detail as possible from the data catalog we already have in Vico, so you're never starting from scratch. You can toggle between recommended, required, or all data inputs, depending on how much you want to optimize for each sales channel. Now, here's where the real time savings comes in. Complete one field once, say for example your product description, and you can copy it to all of your other sales channels. The progress bar updates automatically as you do this, so you can see exactly where you are without flipping back and forth. And of course, you can tailor listings for each sales channel. Drag and drop images by variant and product, swap out hero shots for each marketplace, and adjust pricing per listing and per variant. This keeps your brand consistent while also optimizing for each individual audience. As you complete fields, we scan for errors. For example, things like missing attributes or invalid values, and we flag them for you to fix immediately. This means fewer failed listings and less back and forth with each sales channel. If a channel rejects a listing after you publish, maybe you used a restricted word, we'll notify you to fix immediately. You'll see the exact error message from the sales channel in Vico, and we'll bring you directly to the field that needs fixing. No digging through menus, no guesswork. You can also use the Errors tab to get a bird's eye view into every product that needs your attention. This includes both errors that we've flagged before you hit publish or that were reported back by a channel. So you can work through them methodically, one by one, without hunting through your entire catalog. That makes it easy for multiple team members to be working on listings at the same time. For example, you could have a creator go and create listings and another team member focused on fixing errors. Once you're happy, take that one product and all of its variations and publish it to all of your selected channels with just a single click. This replaces what today, in many other systems, are 3 or 4 completely separate workflows. It's simple, low effort, and fast. Once listed, of course, you can make changes to your products at any given moment in time, whether that's images, titles, descriptions, keywords. Make the change once in Vico and push everywhere. So here's what we talked about so far. Vico helps you create a centralized product catalog that allows you to one-click list on multiple sales channels in bulk. We help this process to be faster with smart error handling and pre-filled fields across each sales channel. And of course, you can customize pricing and imagery for all these listings from one place. But this is just the beginning. We're launching these features in 2025, but we have a roadmap of exciting improvements already planned for 2026. These include AI-powered listings. We're embedding generative AI capabilities in Vico to make listing creation faster and smarter. For example, we'll help you optimize descriptions and keywords to help you improve your conversion. If you're missing attributes for each listing, we'll help you automatically generate them to save you on manual work. We're also expanding our channel coverage next year. We'll grow beyond today's set of 3 to up to 100 sales channels. In 2026, this also includes helping you create offers and listings for Amazon directly from Vico. Our North Star for this product is simple: help you create listings once and push everywhere to all sales channels with confidence, delivering you a fast, seamless, and complete experience. So this functionality sounds great, but what does it mean for you? Earlier, we talked about how multi-channel expansion can help generate significant opportunity, but many of you can't take advantage of it because of the costs: money, time, and stress. Our goal is to help sellers remove these barriers completely. So what it means is that beyond just offering rich feature functionality, we also need to help you reduce your cost burden. Which is why we've priced Vico listings very competitively, so all sellers can access it. I'm excited to share with you that the first 20 listings per month are completely free. And if you need more, you can unlock unlimited scale, starting at just $19 per month. In short, we're delivering big features functionality without the big price tag. But Vico isn't just about listings. Listings is only a small part of the broader suite of e-commerce products that we offer to help multi-channel sellers manage their end-to-end systems in one place. Let's break that down. Shipping. Once you get orders from your multiple sales channels, your next challenge is getting those shipments out the door quickly and cost-effectively. With Vico, sellers get access to the lowest and most competitive commercially available rates across the US through our Vico Credits program, where we give you back up to 5% of your label cost, saving you significant shipping spend. Inventory. Managing your inventory and making sure all your stock levels are up to date is one of the most complex things as you expand outside of Amazon. For example, you make a sale on eBay, but your Shopify stock isn't updated. All of a sudden, you've oversold. Or the inverse might happen, where you've accidentally understocked on a certain listing and missed out on sales. With Vico, these issues go away. If you make a sale somewhere, we push stock everywhere else. So you can say goodbye to order cancellations, negative buyer reviews, and missed buy box opportunities. Profit analysis. Once you start selling on multiple sales channels, it's pretty easy to tell where your revenue is coming from. But it's a little harder to dig into which channel is actually driving profit. For example, you might see your Walmart scale, but after accounting for fees and fulfillment costs, maybe the margin's not as big as you thought it would be. With Vico, sellers get access to granular SKU-level profitability for each channel, for each fulfillment method. So you can always have the data to figure out how to optimize your strategy and where to double down on what's working. And finally, listings, the missing piece of the puzzle. With our launch at the end of the year, you'll be able to grow to new sales channels and get access to new buyer audiences. Together, these things bring all of the listings, inventory, shipping, and profit tracking into one central tool. Instead of you having to juggle 5 or 6 separate pieces of software, spreadsheets, and manual processes, you can manage your entire end-to-end multi-channel business from one central place. So let's recap. We talked about how multi-channel selling is a huge opportunity, but many sellers can't take advantage of it because of the time, cost, and money. Vico Listings, launching at the end of 2025, will help eliminate that blocker by giving you rich feature functionality in a free product. And then we talked about how listings is just one of the things that Vico offers to manage your multi-channel business end to end.